Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris Avalon here, and why I'm coming on with a brand new video is because I want to give you guys a review of the brand new movie Extraction, starring Chris Hemsworth. It was written by Joe Russo, one half of the Russo brothers, who gave us Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. Also, what was it? Anthony Russo and Joe Russo produced the movie along with Sam Hargrave, who directed the film, and Chris Hemsworth also stepped in as a producer. So it's good to see, on one hand, that he's actually stepping outside of the whole Thor character and he's collaborating with some people that he's familiar with, but also stepping up his game in the world of action. Now, Sam Hargrave, in case you don't know who he is a stunt coordinator. He was also um, the other Chris. Oh my God. Captain America's stunt double. Chris Evans. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot it because there's so many damn Chris's, including me. Name is Chris too, with a K, by the way. But anyway, yeah. So I watched the movie on Friday when it first dropped, and then I watched it again yesterday because I wanted to capture everything that I may have missed the first time. And I have to say, I was thoroughly impressed with this movie, especially being an action movie that goes straight to Netflix. Because a lot of times I love Netflix. They've been giving us a lot of content during these quarantine times. And there's been some pretty decent action movies that have popped up on Netflix, but I feel like this one, out of so many of the ones that I've watched, was pretty top notch. I love the action sequences. I thought it was basically up to par with films that we've seen, like John Wick, hence the shirt that I'm wearing, the Baba Yaga shirt. Um, yeah, so it was up there in regards to the stunts of John Wick and Atomic Blonde. Fun fact, Sam Hargrave was also a stunt coordinator on Atomic Blonde as well as a lot of the MCU movies. So when you see that 12-minute car chase sequence that is put in this movie where it's just like continuous, I'm sure there's no way you can just continually shoot a scene. It was cleverly edited. So when you see that scene, it definitely is up there with that, what was it, like 10 or 12-minute fight sequence in the stairwell with Charlize Theron's character. So it's definitely up to par with that, and I have to say that kudos to Netflix for taking a chance on a film like this, an original script, original idea. But yeah, I mean, we have Chris Hemsworth attached because he's a big name. But the good thing about the film, I thought, was the fact that Netflix was willing to take a chance on a film that wasn't necessarily a franchise that's already existing, or a superhero movie, or something, or a video game movie, or something based on those things. So kudos to Netflix for actually taking a chance on a film like this and giving us not only some great action scenes, some really cool stunts, but also an original idea. And I guess it's because Netflix has been one that really is up to par in regards of the type of action movies that Extraction is. It's unapologetic, it's brutal, it's crazy. I mean, it's like one of those moments where it's got a lot of what I like to call oh shit moments. And there was a lot of times where I was going oh shit. There was a lot of times I was laughing throughout the film with certain things I was saying. One of my favorite lines in the movies, he was like, "I'm being attacked by the Goonies from hell." Like, that line just sent me elsewhere. But it sent me to Thanos. But anyway, I have to say, like, yeah, I basically enjoyed the movie a lot. I'm really looking forward to seeing more movies that Sam Hargrave could be a part of. Speaking of which, in case y'all didn't notice, Sam Hargrave actually had a cameo in the film. He was the guy who was the sniper who was taking the guys out as Chris Hemsworth was doing his scene early on in the movie. I'm not going to tell you what happened to his character or many of the others, but you could pretty much figure, well, you know what? Being that the movie's out already, this is pretty much a spoiler review. So, the plot of the film is basically Chris Hemsworth is playing a guy by the name of Tyler Rake, which is, in my opinion, the most cliched action name that somebody could possibly come up with. Um, but I did laugh when he actually killed someone with a rake, so it's probably like a little nod to his name or whatever, or like an inside joke or something if people caught it or didn't catch it. But I caught it and I laughed. But he basically plays a mercenary named Tyler Rake who is recruited. His team is recruited by a mobster after his son is kidnapped. So Tyler goes in for a price to go rescue this kid in Bangladesh. But then there's a guy who, by the name of Saju, who is the henchman of the jailed mobster who screwed up because the kid Ovi ends up getting kidnapped. And so he goes and calls these people to come and help rescue the kid, but he also has a plan because he doesn't have money. All the money that Saju's father has been seized by the government, so it can't be touched. So he goes and recruits his people. I mean, this team. Tyler goes in to rescue the kid, but then halfway you realize he doesn't have the money to pay him. So his plan was that he's going to go and kill all these people and then get the kid and bring him back home. Doesn't work out that way, by the way. But I have to say, Randeep Huda, who plays Saju, I have to say, he did a brilliant job in this film. I'd never heard of him. I know, like, from what I've heard from people, he is one of the most popular Bollywood actors. He's a very popular Indian actor. So hopefully maybe down the road, we can see more actors of color, particularly like a Randeep Huda, that can get more roles like this. So I like the fact that they were bringing in these people from different walks of life into this film. Also want to give a shout out to an actress by the name of Golshifta Farhani, who played the female action part of the film. She was the handler for Tyler's character. Well, Tyler is the character. What am I talking about? She was the female handler for Tyler. She didn't really have a lot to say in the film. Like, she was basically brokering the deals and stuff. But her part in the third act, where she kind of came in and with the gun and we got to see her in action, I just like the fact that every person that was in the film even got to have a little role to play throughout the film, including David Harbour, who everybody's talking about, but he had a blink and you miss it role. He had a small role. Not gonna give away what his role was if you haven't seen it yet, but yeah, he did his thing. He was there in a blink of an eye and gone in a blink of an eye. But he wasn't. He was basically, and to me, it just felt like he was just playing David Harbour in a film. He wasn't really giving like Academy Award winning acting. To be honest, this movie doesn't even require that. I don't know why some people were hating on it and saying like, "Oh, I wanted more plot. I wanted more acting." And I was like, it's an action movie. This movie doesn't shy away from what it actually is. It's a mindless action movie with really cool stunts, really cool hand-to-hand fight scenes, really a lot of stabbings, a lot of shooting. I liked a lot of the gunplay in this film. It was up there with like John Wick. A lot of the fight sequences were up there with I would say The Raid more than John Wick. John Wick's fight choreography is a little more stylized, whereas when you look at movies like The Raid's fight sequences are a little more rough and a little more brutal, and I kind of like that style of action more so than the overly stylized stuff when it gets a little repetitive after a while. And I would say with this film, yeah, you kind of saw the weakness is that once the action kind of dissipates and then you have to bring in those small little scenes of acting, the movie kind of gets a little slow. But overall, what I liked was that Chris Hemsworth did everything he could to really bring emotion and some depth to the role. I know, so I would like to really see him do more movies like this. I would like to see him not only because I did like him in the comedy. I liked him in Ghostbusters. Didn't like him so much in the Men in Black movie with Tessa Thompson, but I thought he was pretty funny in the Ghostbusters movie. The Ghostbusters movie everybody pretty much hates. He was pretty funny in that, and he's really good at comedy. So I would like to see him kind of balance it out and do that. And to be honest, I can see Chris Hemsworth as being the next generation action hero because honestly, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of the same people over and over in action. I'm getting sick and tired of Dwayne Johnson playing the same character in every movie. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing Jason Statham in the same damn movie over and over. And I think even recently, from what I was hearing, Jason Statham is kind of getting tired of playing those same type of roles too, which is why he's trying to step it up and take more risks in regards to the action and stuff. Because he's kind of been stuck in the same thing, doing the same thing over and over. Same thing with Dwayne Johnson. I know you make so much money in Hollywood, but you want something different. And I'm starting to look at it as like, okay, so who's going to be the next generation of young action heroes that we're going to have coming up that can take the torch that was set by the likes of Stallone and Schwarzenegger and Jean-Claude Van Damme and a lot of the action idols that I looked up, the Jackie Chans and the, people in that world. So I'm looking forward to seeing him do more roles like this. And also I have to say, I even choked up a bit at the end. The end was a little emotional for me. And Chris Hemsworth definitely sold this film. So if you have trepidations, if you're wondering whether or not you should see this movie, I have to say you definitely should check out Extraction. Hopefully, we'll get some sequels down the line. If Chris Hemsworth's not going to come back, they can maybe do Extraction sequels with different people. Who knows? It'd be interesting to see if should this movie do. Oh my God, why can't I even talk? If the film does really well, and I'm sure it will, because in these quarantine times, what else is there for us to do but sit at home and watch a lot of movies and a lot of stuff on a lot of streaming services? So, should Extraction do very well? And I don't know because Netflix doesn't like to release any ratings or let us know how well stuff is doing. I mean, they have a top 10 thing that they have of what's doing well in the top, but they're not letting us know like how many people are watching or this, that, and the third. In regards to like with box office, how much movies make at the box office. So we don't know. But should this movie get a sequel, I'd definitely be looking forward to it. And I love when stunt people are willing to take risks and like, you know what, let's push the envelope. Let's see what we can do in regards of really stepping it up in regards of action films. Because over the past couple of years, until John Wick came about, we weren't really getting good, in my opinion, quality action movies. Like I loved Gareth Evans, what he did with the Raid films and a lot of the films that he's done. And then we have Chad Stahelski, who I have to say, honestly, kudos to someone like Keanu Reeves as well, because he's the one who kind of gave us Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, who were the co-directors of John Wick, stunt people who he brought in to do, that film. And it kind of it opened the door for more people like a Sam Hargrave and so many others down the line to make those type of films. People who truly love action, who want to challenge the way we see cinema in regards of one of my favorite scenes also, oh my gosh, before I forget, in that car chase scene, I just loved one of my favorite shots was when the car backs up and then it's like the stunt car, the cameraman, and then you see like the camera backs up and then it goes into the back seat of the car that Tyler and Ovi is in. And then we're transported, basically like we're in the car with them as they're trying to get away from the police who are chasing after this kid because there's a huge bounty on his head once Tyler kidnaps him. So there's like little things like that, like little shots. I was just like, that gave me goosebumps. I was like, oh my God, that was just a great shot. And so this is like the type of stuff I like. I love this film for the action. I didn't go in for the plot, the story, whatever. But yeah, if you are feeling like this is not a movie to see, definitely check it out. Watch it. You'll enjoy it. Don't go in expecting Shakespeare. I don't think most people expect Shakespeare when they see films like this. But yeah, overall, see the film. I liked it. Let me know what you guys think about the film and what other movies you would like me to review and all that other good stuff. Just leave your comments, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Love you all for watching. Ciao, darlings.